then third round, if he's tired, then I try to go for the knockout.
How many stops have you had?
That's the first one right
there. Oh, really? Oh,
it's the easiest person I fought right there.
Oh, really?
Easiest.
At what point did you know it was going to be an easy match? What round did you stop him in?
Well, the second round, he got checked from the doctor all around, and he was already bleeding. And I seen that his hands was never blocking his face from my right. So
did you at any point did you like some guys, if they see a guy bleeding or something like that, they try to ease off and maybe hit him with the body? Or you have any of that going on with you? Or do you feel that he's bleeding? That's his problem.
That's all his problem. I hope they could just make the blood stop coming time, you know, because it just stops him from breathing, you know.
Yeah. So how many fights have you had to this point, Kevin?
This is my 12th.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. And did you say you participated in the Desert Storm show?
Yeah.
How well did you do? You probably told me, tell me again for the cameras now. How well did you do?
I made it to the semifinals, and I beat the guy down, but they stole the fight from me because he was from Palm Springs. Yeah. So I never got the vote.
Okay. Was Tim Bradley there?
Yeah.
You know where he is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's at your weight class, huh?
Yeah, I heard that he is.
Yeah, he's 140. Well, he fought the last fight at 147, he's at 140. I remember when he fought in the amateur days, when he was like 10 years old. He was really a little muscular kid then, and nobody wanted to fight him because they didn't believe he was. They thought he was a midget, you know, because he was. I never saw a kid that developed at that young age, and a lot of kids just turned him down. He was a tough little kid then, but and to be honest, I'm surprised he's doing as well on the pros. I didn't think he'd be doing as well because he's not a puncher, and but anyway. He's doing it. He's a champ, so can't knock him for that. So, how many? What do you think you have your next match? Are you finding it more difficult to get matches when you go to these shows now?
Well, it was always difficult for me to get show fights. That was like my second fight at a show. I don't like maybe 13 fights shows. I never really fight at them.
Okay, so you're open now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, at what point did they become open fights after how many fights?
I think it's 10 fights that you're open.
Oh, okay. But I know it used to be, it might have been 10 or 12, and they tried to change because they even if some guys just had his 12th fight, they didn't think it was fair to put him in there with somebody with 60 fights, you know. And I mean, some people say if you open, you're open. There's no degrees of open, you know, which I always thought was kind of unfair. And I've had kids that, it was a kid who was an open fighter, that I knew my kid could beat him, even though my kid was not an open fighter yet. And they said, no, he can't fight him because he's not open. I said, well, when he gets to be open, they're going to fight. And then my kid beat him, stopped him, you know. But they said, you're open, this one's not open, so they couldn't do it. So when you fought at the tournament, how did you feel? Did you feel that the kid had the advantage because he was from Palm Springs? Did you feel it in the crowd?
Well, when I was fighting him, I thought I was 100% sure that I was going to win because how I did him in the fight. But then when they said that he won, put me down. Yeah, I didn't even want to do any more after that.
Oh, really? Well, that's one of the hardest things, you know, not getting what you deserve. But I'm sure there's been some times, or there will be some times when the fight's over and you can say, I don't know about this one, you know, and then they raise your hand and everybody will boo because they think you lost. And to me, it's just one of life's lessons because no matter how far you go, this is like applying for a job. You may be the most qualified, but you're not going to always get it. But this is like a life's lesson, you know.
Yeah.
So, and when you go to these matches, do you have a lot of friends that go to support you, your family, or?
My family they're always support me when I go to fights. My coaches, they sometimes do, you know. But mostly it's just my family, though.
How about your classmates? How do they feel? What do they think about you boxing? Are they messing with you all the time? Want you to show them something?
Sometimes they'll play around and they can knock us out.
Do you have any problem restraining yourself? You feel like maybe I just touch you one time or something like that, or do you try to coach and maybe come to the gym?
Sometimes I just get in their face a little bit, you know, play around with them, and the teacher just say stop though.
Yeah, so
they might get a little rough.
And I always get a kick out of these guys in the street. They can throw hands at you 5 or 6, 7 punches, and not even come close to touching you, you know. And they want to know why it's so hard, you know, to hit you guys.
It's some students at school say that all street fighters can beat up boxers, I don't think that's true at all.
Well, to me, I've heard that a lot too. I've heard the same thing about karate guys and MMA or whatever that mess is, you know. But I think if a street fighter fights a regular fighter, is a trained fighter is used to blocking punches a certain way, and you're not used to getting kicked and bitten and grabbed and hugged and this kind of stuff. And it's a little different that way. But most times a street fighter can't get near a guy who's trained to box, you know. I mean, and you know where to hit him. You could hit him with one body shot, like, and it'll be a feeling he's never had before. You know, but yeah, generally speaking, it's not, I don't think a street fighter can beat, unless he's a lot bigger than you are. You know, but when I used to train fighter at the Hoover Street gym, I used to see guys that come from prison, you know, all buffed up, you know what I'm talking about. Man, I ain't knocked out nobody this week, you know, let me get in the ring and let me come, man, you can't do this, man, this is no joke, man, come on, and get in the ring, and this guy weighed like 220, and he got stopped by a guy who was 130, you know, I mean, it was ridiculous, man. He got the guy, get that big dude in the corner, hit him with like 20 punches, he didn't know where, he was like a little girl up in the corner like this, you know. And I mean, it's just no joke. And you're a trained boxer. You know, and I used to always tell my kids, don't waste your time on these guys, man. You bust up your hand now, you can't fight in a tournament next week. And right, and that's where the discipline comes in. You have to learn to walk away, no matter what they say. If they put their hands on you, then it's a whole new ball game. Now, I think on Sunday you told me that you and your brother sparred before.
Yeah, we sparred kind of maybe 10 times before.
Oh, really? Okay. And tell me, okay, I'm gonna go to step 7 now. What's the mindset when you're there with your brother, man? You treat him like just anybody else, or?
I don't treat him like, I don't try to hit him hard.
Who's the harder puncher?
They say I am.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What does he say?
He said like him too.
And you said you guys have come to the gym pretty much at the same time, right? One day later or something like that?
Yeah. He came in first, and because it was like a tournament for me, and working out, I didn't want him to get more buffer than me, so I got in the next day after I seen him weights in the gym.
Okay.
So then,
now, how many matches have you had?
I had 20.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, what about them? We don't know about these guys. We got to start getting to these shows to watch you guys, man. Cause we're big boxing fans. We used to, in addition to being a coach, we used to have a boxing magazine. And we did a lot on amateur boxing and around LA. So now we're doing this on amateur boxing for the internet. And so you guys go to YouTube. Well, we will have this up in about a week. You go to YouTube and you see the interview on there. And then next time you fight, I'll make sure we get both you guys matches on there too. So it's a long range plan, but you guys turn pro. You think you're gonna do something like that, or you just want to just?
Yeah, we're turning pro next year.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm going back to it. We got out of high school and turn pro.
Oh, good. Okay. Now, what about your dad? Your dad, is he a boxing fan? Did he ever had any aspirations about boxing as far as you guys getting out there?
Yeah,
Was he really concerned about you guys, or did he always know you can handle yourselves?
Well, I think he already knew that we can handle ourselves and stuff. Yeah, he knew we ain't scared, so yeah.
Are you guys the oldest in the family? How many brothers and sisters do you have over there?
There's 7 of us. We're the youngest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You have older brothers or older sisters?
Oldest brother.
How old is your brother? The oldest brother?
I'm 27.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 28.
He never had any boxing aspirations?
No one else has except for us.
Oh, really? Has he ever come to the gym and watch you guys work out?
I don't think he has. Ever.
Oh, really? Does he live in the area?
He kind of
close.
He lives close enough.
Were you guys born in this area?
No, we were born in LA.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Where about?
Where at?
Yeah, what part of LA? Were you near any gyms in LA? Did you ever train down there? You didn't train down here?
We're like really young.
Oh.
Nah, we just joined boxing when we were 16.
Oh, this year?
Yeah, we're 18 now.
You guys watch a lot of boxing on TV?
Yeah, my dad used to always turn to it, and then we just like looking at it. So we just got in there when we started seeing other people do it.
What any fighter style in particular that you guys emulated or that you liked a lot?
So far, it's Mayweather. Well, kind of same mostly, with the hard hits and stuff.
Do you guys know who Shane Sun is?
Yeah, I got a picture of
him at a fight before.
I got a picture with him and his dad.
Is he anywhere near your weight?